It's day 4 of tapping yourself out of pain and tapping yourself to health. So, how are you doing? How are you getting on with the tapping? How are you feeling in your physical body? How are you getting on with the Facebook group? Have you been in there? Have you updated us on how you're feeling? Asked any questions you might have? And seen what other people are doing as well, because there's an immense power in a group dynamic, in a group of people doing something more or less at the same time every day over a series of days and sharing their experience of that as well. Because really often you find that there are common themes emerging, and what's going on for one person may well be similar to what's happening for you. So do get over there. It's not too late if you haven't ventured into the Facebook group yet, or perhaps you've just been looking and haven't wanted to make a comment, but do put in there what's going on for you, because I'd love to know, and it's the best way to communicate with me, but also everyone else doing this would love to know too. So it's a great place to be. So today I wanted you to think at the very beginning, if you remember, on your worksheet about something that you would really like to be able to do but couldn't. You know, at the moment you felt that your physical body wouldn't allow you to do it. So it can range from anything to eating out in a restaurant because you don't perhaps trust your digestive system, to walking to the shops half a mile away at the end of the road, or to going dancing, you know, to doing something really fun. And it also might be that you've got something coming up. Maybe you've got a wedding to go to, or a party, or someone's invited you away for a weekend, and you're not sure whether you are well enough to do that. You're hesitant about committing to that. So it may well be something like that, that there's an event coming up. But it can be the smallest thing. You know, when I started doing this work many years ago, I remember working with a woman who had chronic fatigue. And one week she came in for her appointment and she bounced up the stairs, quite literally. The first time I met her, she almost pulled herself up the stairs. But she bounced in and she said, "I cleaned the bathroom this week." And for her that was massive, because that was beyond her reach when she started her treatment with me. So you can see that this work can be really powerful. You're perhaps already experiencing some of the benefits. I really hope you are. So I want you today to think about the thing you'd love to do. And we're going to do a little tapping sequence about that. And the feedback I get from people who are in pain or discomfort a lot of the time is that the biggest emotion they feel is frustration. They feel frustrated with their body, with their life, with the ability to not be able to do what they want to do. So a lot of the focus today will be around frustration, but I would like you to think about how it makes you feel. So make this personal to you, okay? As you know, that's what we've been doing all week. So it's really important that you focus on what's true in your own case. And I might say something that does not resonate with you, and that's okay, just ignore me. I won't be offended. So just think about your own feelings, whether that's frustration, despair, something else altogether. You might be angry. So whatever it is for you. And let's crack on with a little bit of tapping for today. So what I'd like you to do is think about the thing you'd really like to do. And we're going to use a different scale today. So I want you to use the 100% scale. Okay. So 100% is your ability to go and do this thing without giving it a second thought. So it might be going away for the weekend, it might be going out for a meal, it might be cleaning the bathroom, it might be eating in a restaurant. Whatever it is, 100% would be someone says, "Do you want to go and do such and such?" And you say, "Yeah, right, let's go now." And you don't give it a second thought, okay? So that is your super fit, healthy, confident self, feeling able to step out into the world and do anything, okay? And I want you to now think about where you are on the 100% scale. So are you 50% towards being able to do it, or are you 10%, or are you 0? Is it just a pipe dream and you cannot imagine ever doing it? Okay. So I'm hoping that you've chosen something that, you know, would normally be within your ability or within your reach if you were healthy, if you had no pain or discomfort. It may be that you're only 80-90%, you know, on the scale, because you probably will do this thing, but it might not be as good an experience because of your discomfort, your pain, whatever it is that's going on for you. So that's fine. Just jot down or remember your number out of 100. And we're just going to do a little tapping sequence. So you know how to do this, you know the score. So just tap along with me. I've just got a little itch there. And we start on the side of the hand. And I'm going to invite you now to perhaps to close your eyes and to think of this thing that you'd really love to do. And to really, really get a clear picture of yourself doing it. Okay. Just get a real sense of how it would be to be able to do that. And then I want you to focus on how far away from being there you are. And it might be really far. It might feel like a total fantasy. So just think about where you are now compared to that place you would love to be, and do that thing you'd love to do. Okay, just take a couple of nice deep breaths as we've been doing, in for 3 and out for 5. In for 3 and out for 5. And I'm not guaranteeing that this one session will get you doing that thing you'd love to do, but it may get you a little closer, or it may get you halfway there, or at least 10% up the scale. And if you repeat it again and again, who knows what could happen. Okay. So now tune in to what that brings up for you, the feeling of what you cannot do. And perhaps not being able to do things has never been a big thing in your life. You've always been able to do anything you liked. You've always been fit, healthy, emotionally and intellectually able to do whatever you wish. So in all likelihood now, not being able to do things is bringing up some significant emotions for you. Excellent. Just sit with that feeling. I know it's uncomfortable. You won't be there for too long. Just allow yourself to be there. Tune in to the emotions you're feeling. Perhaps it's frustration, perhaps it's anger, perhaps it's despair, perhaps it's deep sadness, perhaps it's something else. And I just want you to score that feeling out of 10. How high is it on the 1 to 10 scale, with 10 being really bad? You feel really frustrated, totally in despair. And just tap on the top of your head. Tap on the inside of your eyebrow. You can keep your eyes closed because I'll talk through the points and you probably know them now anyway. Tap on the outside of the eye. And just keep focusing on the emotions that it brings up for you to not be able to do what you'd really love to do. Tap under the eye. Thinking about that thing you'd love to do and how amazing that would feel and how far you are from that now and what that creates for you. Tapping under the nose, all that emotion, tapping under the mouth, and it might be despair, it may be frustration, tapping under the collarbone, it may be sadness, you may be angry. You may just want to scream. You may want to cry. You may cry. It's okay. Tapping under the arm. Just keep your focus on the emotion. You think how far away you are from what you want to achieve. Tap across the wrist. Don't forget to breathe. Tap next to each of your fingernails in turn. We'll start with the thumb. And then each finger in turn, keeping your focus on the emotion. And you may find that emotion changes. Sometimes sadness can become anger, which can then become frustration. That's absolutely fine. Just tune in to the newest emotion, whatever's coming up. Don't cling on to something that seems to have now passed. And we're just going to check in a moment anyway. So we're tapping now on the little finger and then on the back of the hand where I've shown you, because I really like that point. Okay, back to the side of the hand. Big breath in for 3, out for 5. Okay. So we started with our 100% scale and you set a number of something you wanted to achieve but felt a long way or some way from being able to do that. And then we tuned into the emotion that generated for you, not being able to do it. So first I just want you to tune into that emotion again, whether it was frustration, anger, sadness or something else, despair, whatever it was. Just tune in again and just see what number that is now when you think of that thing you'd like to do and your inability to be able to easily do it. Okay, just see the number may have gone up, it may have gone down, it may not have changed. None of those is wrong. So it's all absolutely fine. We're all totally unique. And I'm going to go through another round of tapping in a moment, but if you feel like your number's not shifted much, please just press pause, repeat, go back over the tapping sequence, or if you're happy to do that on your own, just do it on your own, just keeping your focus on the emotion. Okay, so you've got your number now after one round of tapping, and it may well have changed, it may not have done, neither, as I say, is wrong. Okay, so now just taking a deep breath. Think again about the thing you'd love to do, but you feel that you cannot do it with ease or at all. And again, think about where you are now and what's preventing you from doing that thing. And it may be fear. Perhaps you haven't been to a restaurant for so long, and last time you went, something awful happened. Your digestion really let you down and you're scared. So fear may well be a part of the emotional pattern here. And just be present with the emotion, because it is only emotion, it's only a feeling, and you can choose to feel it or not. And we're going to ask you to sit with it now so that we can tap it out. So sit with that emotion, notice where it is in your body. So if the emotion had a place in your body, where do you feel it right now? Give it a number out of 10, 10 being the worst. And let's tap on the top of the head, tuning in to where you're feeling the emotion, what it feels like, what the emotion is, where you're feeling it. And you may notice, but you may not, that there's a colour with that emotion. And it may not be the typical colours we often think of, yellow being fear and red being anger, but it doesn't have to be. Under the nose, just tune in to the colour, the location and the emotion. Tap under the mouth. Just keep your focus there, even if it's really uncomfortable. It's not for long. Under the collarbone. Try and stay with it, even if your mind is trying to keep you safe by escaping. That's all it's trying to do, is keep you safe. Tapping under the arm. But it's okay just to feel those emotions right now. It's only for a really short time. You're going to be okay. You are okay. You're still here. Tapping across the wrist. Keeping your focus on those emotions, on the location, and if there was a colour, then focus on the colour. If there's no colour, you might have a shape, so you might feel that it's a big ball of sadness or a big cloud of fear. whatever it is, just think about the shape and repeat that to yourself. Tapping next to your thumbnail. Just keeping your focus there with the colour, the shape, the location. Tapping next to your forefinger. And just keeping your awareness with the emotion right there as you sit there. And each finger in turn. The ring finger now. And the little finger. And then we're going back to the back of the hand. Take a breath in for 3 and out for 5. And back on the side of the hand. Excellent. Well done. Okay, just tune in again. You can stop tapping for a moment. Just tune in to how that's feeling. What's the emotion? What's the colour? What's the shape of it? And how intense is that? What number are you giving that now? Has it gone up, gone down, or stayed the same? Okay, so ideally we want to get this feeling, this emotion down to a 1 or a 2 is really good, but that might be a big struggle. There might be quite a lot of barriers. It may be that your memory of the last time you did this thing was really not good, in which case actually working on that memory is an appropriate thing to do, and this isn't really the forum where we're going to do that. But I will be launching a longer course where I am going to invite you to work on some memories that come up for you. So if you feel the need, just press rewind, just go back again, go through the tapping sequence again. But now I just want to invite you to think about the thing you'd love to do but you feel you're not easily able to do at the moment. So just think about that, close your eyes, visualise it, see yourself doing that thing, perhaps see what you're wearing, who else is there, how you're feeling, and think about where you are on that 100% scale. So doing the thing easily and without any concern, that's 100%. So where are you now on that scale, and how does that compare to where you were 15 or so minutes ago when we began? Okay, so just make a note of your numbers. I'd love you to share those in the group. I love to see how everyone's doing, so please do that. Share your numbers and anything that came up for you, any questions you've got, anything you'd like to know more about, any discussion that you'd like to initiate around this. It's been lovely to have you here today. Thank you very much for joining me. And we're back tomorrow. Can you believe it's day 5? So tomorrow we're really going to be checking in with your scores that you set at the beginning of the week and seeing what's changed, and doing quite a general tapping sequence just on anything that's come up for you this week and that you still feel needs really a bit of work. So thanks for joining me, and take care. I'll see you tomorrow.